Hello dear students, very good morning to everyone. In the last class I have discussed about the basic ideas of three-dimensional geometry and direction, cosine, direction ratios. These things we have discussed, and also we have find the relation between direction, cosine and direction ratios, and also create a relation among the direction, cosine, that is called L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. This thing we have discussed. We also know about direction ratios also. And today we are going to start the topic that is called how to find the equation of a line in space. Okay. So before going to find the equation of a line in space, what I will do that how we can determine uniquely a line in space. एक स्पेस में आप लाइन कैसे डिटरमाइन कर सकते हो. अगर सपोज आपको एक पॉइंट दिया जाए, इफ यू सपोज दिस इज ए पॉइंट एंड यू कैन ड्रॉ ए लाइन और यू कैन ड्रॉ अनदर लाइन और यू कैन ड्रॉ मेनी लाइन्स. सो तो इस पॉइंट से आपका कौन मेनी लाइन यू कैन ड्रॉ, तो आपको एक स्पेसिफिक लाइन चाहिए, वो लाइन उस पॉइंट से जाना चाहिए, तो वो चाहिए आपको. तो हाउ यू कैन गेट इट, यू कैन गेट ओनली सपोज दैट इफ आई डिफाइन ए डायरेक्शन फर्स्ट. सपोज आई एम गिव ए डायरेक्शन. डायरेक्शन मीन्स व्हाट, वेक्टर. सो पहले एक डायरेक्शन स्पेसिफिक कर दिया है, दे दिया है. सपोज इट इज़ रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय व्हाट, बी वेक्टर. ठीक है. सो आई एम रिप्रेजेंटिंग ए बी बाय बी वेक्टर ए डायरेक्शन आई डिफाइन फर्स्ट. वहाँ से वहाँ तक एक डायरेक्शन डिफाइन कर लिया है. इसके बाद मैंने क्या किया, एक पॉइंट इधर है, उस पॉइंट के पास होते हुए एक लाइन ड्रॉ करना है. कैसे लाइन ड्रॉ करना है, वी आर गोइंग टू ड्रॉ द पर्टिकुलर लाइन passing through this particular point parallel to this. Okay, and this is the line. Okay, now this line will be a specific line. This line will be what, specific line. Why? Because it is drawn parallel to what, b vector. It is drawn parallel to what, b vector. b vector की parallel में draw किया है. Understood? So that is the idea behind this. अगर मैं कोई डायरेक्शन ना होता तो लाइन किसी भी डायरेक्शन में दे सकता हूँ, तो मुझे एक स्पेसिफिक लाइन चाहिए. वी वांट ए पर्टिकुलर लाइन, ए स्पेसिफिक लाइन, एंड व्हिच टू बी ड्रॉन पैरेलल टू व्हाट, v वेक्टर. दैट मीन्स फर्स्ट यू डिफाइन द डायरेक्शन एंड देन यू ड्रॉ ए लाइन पैरेलल टू दिस डायरेक्शन. ओके, सो इन दिस वे यू कैन फाइंड ए लाइन. तो आपको क्या चाहिए, एक पॉइंट चाहिए और एक डायरेक्शन चाहिए, और इस डायरेक्शन के पैरेलल में और पॉइंट में पास हुआ एक लाइन आप ड्रॉ कर सकते हो. यू कैन ड्रॉ ए पर्टिकुलर लाइन पासिंग थ्रू ए पॉइंट एंड पैरेलल टू ए गिवन डायरेक्शन. ओके, दिस इज वन वे यू कैन डिटरमाइन ए पर्टिकुलर लाइन. ओके, नाउ अनदर थिंग इज दैट suppose there are a point A and there are suppose another point what, B. Okay, so if you join these 2 points, you will get a line. So which will be a unique line, because joining 2 points you will get only one line. Understood? So a particular line can be also determined by joining 2 points. And when we mention this is one station and this is another station, और दोनों स्टेशन के बीच we draw a particular line, then what happen, it will determine a particular direction also. एक डायरेक्शन भी डिटरमाइन कर लेगा. बट हियर इट इज़ ए वेरी डिफिकल्ट जॉब, बिकॉज देयर इज़ वन पॉइंट इज देयर. तो इस पॉइंट में आप कोई भी लाइन ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं, इन दिस वे, मेनी वे यू कैन ड्रॉ लाइन द लाइन. ओके, बट इफ यू डिफाइन ए डायरेक्शन and if you draw the line parallel to this direction, then it will be specific line. Okay, to get a specific line, these are the conditions. You can find the equation of a line joining 2 points. You can find the equation of a line passing through a particular point and parallel to a given direction. These are the 2 ways. Another way is that if these are the specific 2 ways you can find the equation of a line. These are the 2 ways. Okay, only 2 ways. So uniquely you can determine this one way and this is another way. So what is the equation of these lines if passing through a point and parallel to a given vector, and what is the equation of a line joining 2 points? So we are going to find these 2 equations, and these 2 equations will determine in vector form as well as Cartesian form. There are 2 forms of the equations. One is vector form, another is what, Cartesian form. Both the form will be discussed today. Okay, going to find the equation of a line passing through a point and parallel to a given vector. Okay, suppose that this is the 3-dimensional coordinate system this is your x axis, y axis and z axis. Okay, this is the suppose origin, and you are to find the equation of a line. Suppose this is the line you are to find. It is passing through a point, suppose A. Suppose it passing through the point what? A, and parallel to a given direction. Parallel to a suppose B vector. Parallel to a B vector. First direction is defined, and according to this direction we draw a line passing through this point. And what is the equation of this line? Okay, and since this is a point, okay, so this point, since line is in space, line क्या है? Space में है, तो point भी line के ऊपर जितना point है सब क्या होगा? Space में होगा. And we already discussed in vector what happen, that is every point in space have a position vector, with respect to the origin. तो आप क्या करेंगे? origin से जुड़ा हुआ ये line draw करेंगे. This is O, and this is called what? The position vector of this point is suppose denoted by what? Small a. Okay, then it is what? A vector. It is what? A vector. And on this particular line there are arbitrary points are there, there are infinite number of points are there. All these points are represented by what? X, Y, Z. Because X, Y, Z represent an arbitrary point in a space, and since all the points lies on this line are on a space, so other points are represented by what? Suppose P. We suppose that P is a point. P is a what? Point. It is not a particular point. It may be here, it may be here, it may be here, it may be here, it may be anywhere. It representing every points. It is an arbitrary. So position vector of what? Position vector of P with respect to origin, since it is a point in a space, so it has a position vector, and it is suppose R vector. So this is what? R vector. Position vector of this point is what? R vector. Clear? Understood? Since A is a particular point, it is a fixed point, and P is not a particular point, it is an arbitrary point. So you have to distinguish these two particular points. Okay. Now, now see, that is your line. This is suppose the line L. The line L and B vector is what? Parallel. The line L and B vector are what? Parallel. It is given that. So this AP vector joining these 2 points, AP vector lies on the line, therefore this AP vector is also parallel to what? B vector. We can say that. Okay. So you can start like that. Just L be a line passing through a point, A with position vector A vector. Position vector what? A vector. Okay, and parallel to given vector B vector. Okay, this is your particular, that is line. Line is passing through this point with position vector A vector and parallel to this given vector. This is given. Okay, it will be given. Let P be any point on the line L, on the line with position vector what? R vector. So P is an arbitrary point. Okay, here A is a fixed point and P is what? Considering it consider what? Every point on the line, with coordinate some x, y, z. Okay, x, y, z represent what? Coordinate of any point on the line, because line के ऊपर क्या है? Infinite number of points are there, and these all points are what? In space. So every point on the space have a position vector, and we represent this point by arbitrary point by P, and its position vector is represented by what? R vector. Okay, this is your line L. Okay. Understood? And now see, in a very interesting thing is that here the line and vector is what? Parallel. Line and vector are what? Parallel. So AP vector क्या होगा? Lies on the line. Line के ऊपर है तो AP vector is also parallel to what? B vector. So you can write therefore clearly AP vector is parallel to what? B vector. And two vectors parallel होता है what condition? When one vector is the scalar multiple of other vector. So what is lambda? Lambda is any scalar. Any scalar. Lambda is what? Any scalar. And what is AP vector? You know, if the position vector of the end points of a particular vector, you know, उसका जो पोजीशन एंड पॉइंट का पोजीशन वेक्टर आप अगर इन्फॉर्मेशन है, सो टर्मिनल पॉइंट का पोजीशन वेक्टर क्या है? आर वेक्टर. एंड इनिशियल पॉइंट का पोजीशन वेक्टर क्या है? ए वेक्टर. सो बाय दिस रिजल्ट देयर इज, यू कैन से पोजीशन वेक्टर ऑफ टर्मिनल पॉइंट minus position vector of initial point, you will get finally AP vector. So from here you can write R vector is equal to A vector plus lambda into B vector. This is the equation of the line in vector form. This is the equation of the line in what? Vector form. Okay. दिस इज द इक्वेशन ऑफ द लाइन इन वेक्टर फॉर्म इन स्पेस. सो स्पेस में अगर कोई भी लाइन आपको पूछा जाए व्हाट इज वेक्टर फॉर्म, सो यू हैव टू राइट लाइक दैट आर वेक्टर इज इक्वल टू व्हाट? ए वेक्टर प्लस लैम्डा इनटू बी वेक्टर. इफ यू नो ए वेक्टर एंड इफ यू नो बी वेक्टर, व्हाट इज ए वेक्टर? इट इज द पोजीशन वेक्टर ऑफ ए पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट. इससे ए पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट, ओके, इट इज फिक्स्ड पॉइंट वेयर द लाइन passes. And B vector is what? Parallel to what? Parallel to what? The line. Okay. And R vector is what? It is the position vector of any point on the line. Position vector of what? Any point on the line. Arbitrary point की position vector है. Now we are going to find the Cartesian form of this particular line. What is the Cartesian form? Let us we are going to discuss. Since A is a fixed point, so let us take the coordinate of A. Let A equal to what? X1, Y1, Z1. Okay, these are the coordinate of A, and P equal to what? Suppose X, Y, Z, arbitrary point. Okay, since the position vector of A is what? A vector, therefore A vector can be written as x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap. Because every point on a space can be written in this form. And R vector is also equal to what? xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. ठीक है. And let's suppose that B vector equal to suppose ai cap plus bj cap plus c cap. ठीक है. So what is here, if you take this magnitude of this B vector, it will be B. This B and this B, that B, both are different. Okay, both are different. Okay, this is the component of the vector, and magnitude of vector is B. जो B मिलेगी magnitude के बाद, this is called magnitude. ये इसका जो वैल्यू होगा और इसका जो वैल्यू होगा वो अलग अलग होगा, दोनों का मीनिंग अलग अलग है. तो समझने की कोशिश करना. Now plotting A vector, R vector and B vector in this particular equation, you will get the Cartesian equation. This is about number one equation. Okay, so equation 1 implies आप पुट करें R vector क्या है? xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. And what is A vector? A vector equal to what? This one, x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap. Okay, and what is your B vector? B vector is equal to what? B vector is equal to what? Lambda into what? ai cap plus bj cap plus ck cap. ठीक है. Now see, from here some calculation will be done. This particular vector pick up in the left hand side and taking I cap common, j cap common and k cap common, you will get x minus x1 into I cap, y minus y1 into j cap, z minus z1 into k cap. ओके, इज इक्वल टू राइट हैंड साइड में क्या रहेगा? लैम्डा ए इंटू आई कैप, लैम्डा बी इंटू जे कैप, लैम्डा सी इंटू व्हाट? के कैप. ठीक है. नाउ यू सी दिस इज अ वेक्टर एंड दिस इज ऑल्सो ए वेक्टर. बोथ द वेक्टर आर व्हाट? सेम. बोथ द वेक्टर आर इक्वल. In between them there is an equality. When two vectors are equal, if their corresponding components are what? Equal. So x minus x1 equal to what? Lambda a then y minus y1 equal to what? Lambda b, and z minus z1 equal to what? Lambda c. Okay, from this we can get x minus x1 by a equal to what? Lambda. Y minus y1 by b equal to what? Lambda. Z minus z1 by c equal to what? Lambda. So from here you can conclude that x minus x1 by a is equal to y minus y1 by b is equal to z minus z1 upon c. Okay, so this is the equation of a line. This is the equation of a line in Cartesian form. Cartesian form. This is the equation of a line in Cartesian form. What is the meaning of ABC? ABC is the line. ABC is the what? Direction ratios of B vector. दिस ये जो बी वैक्टर है, ये जो लाइन दोनों पैरेलल है, बी वैक्टर का डायरेक्शन रेशियो क्या है? बी वैक्टर आई हैव रिटन है आई कैप प्लस बी जे कैप प्लस सी के कैप. सो कंपोनेंट ऑफ ए वैक्टर इज ऑलवेज कॉल्ड डायरेक्शन रेशियो ऑफ द वैक्टर, and therefore direction ratio of b vector are a b c, and since the line is parallel to what b vector, तो उसका भी direction ratio क्या हो सकता है? a b c होगा. Parallel line have a direction ratio proportional or sometime you can say equal. Okay, so a b c are representing what? The direction ratio of the line. Direction ratio of the line. Very important. If you observe this particular equation, you see coefficient of x, coefficient of y, and coefficient of z always 1 in your standard form. This is your standard form. In this standard form, coefficient of x, coefficient of y, and coefficient of z are always same. Okay. Now see this line. This is your line x minus x1, y minus y1, z minus z1 divided by x minus x1 by a, y minus y1 by b, and z minus z1 by c. This is the equation of a line in Cartesian form where the coefficient of x, y, z is what? 1, and it passing through the point what? x1 by 1 z1 with direction ratios what? a, b, c. So if I ask the question, so what is the equation of a line passing through 1, minus 1, 2 with direction ratio 1, 2, minus 1. Okay, then what will be the equation? You can write like that. X minus x1 क्या है? 1 है, divided by what? a. What is a? This is a equal to what? 1, and y minus में से क्या होगा? plus 1 divided by what? 2, and z plus 1 divided by what? I'm sorry, it is yes, z minus 2. This is what? z1. Okay, divided by what? minus 1. This is the equation of a line passing through this point and with direction ratios. What is vector form? From Cartesian to vector में आप कैसे कन्वर्ट होंगे? Cartesian में this is the point, उसका क्या होगा? उसका पोजीशन वेक्टर क्या है? This is a vector is equal to what? I cap minus j cap plus 2 k cap, right? And what is b vector? B vector कहाँ से आएगी? This ABC से आएगी ना? Direction ratio of line and direction ratio of b vector are same. So from here you can write b vector is equal to what? I cap plus 2 j cap minus k cap. So what will be the that is a vector form? R vector is equal to what? A vector plus lambda into what? B vector. Okay, and what is a vector? A vector I cap minus j cap plus 2 k cap plus lambda into what? Lambda into what? I cap plus 2 z cap plus minus k cap. Okay, this is the equation of the line in vector form. This is the equation of the line in vector form. So इस equation से आप vector form में convert कर सकते हो, और vector form से आप क्या कर सकते हो? Cartesian में भी convert हो सकते हो. So these are same line. This is one type and this is another type. दोनों line same ही line है. It is one form and it is another form. Okay. Now what is the coordinate of any point on this line? Your line is what? X minus x1 by a. General line is what? Y minus y1 by b equal to what? Z minus z1 by c. ठीक है, this is your equation of line in Cartesian form. Suppose this is equal to what? Lambda. Okay, so coordinate of any point is always represented by x coordinate is x represented by y, x, y coordinate by y, and z coordinate by what? Z. So let us find x. X क्या होगा? Equal to what? Lambda. So a lambda plus x1. A lambda plus x1. What is y? Y equal to b lambda. B क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करने के बाद ये y1 इधर ले जाओ तो क्या होगा? प्लस y1. and z is equal to what? C lambda plus z1, okay, z1. Therefore, you can say the coordinate of any point on the line is, what is the coordinate? X coordinate a lambda plus x1, y coordinate b lambda plus y1, and z coordinate c lambda plus z1. I am taking lambda, you can take k or r, whatever be. What is lambda? Lambda is any scalar. Lambda is what? Any scalar. In this case, you see your a and x1 fixed, but lambda is arbitrary, any scalar. So, different value of lambda, you will get different x coordinate, different y coordinate, different z coordinate, and finally you get all the points on the particular line. Okay. So, this is very important concept where we are going to use this in coming classes in solving the questions. Okay. So, finally we conclude that there is your equation of a line passing through a point is what? Vector form and Cartesian form हमने निकाला है और उसका analysis भी किया है, and what are the information from the line we also discuss. I hope you understand, and this is very important because आने वाले क्लास में वही इक्वेशन ऑफ वेक्टर फॉर्म, कार्टेशियन फॉर्म, ये सारे हम डिस्कस करते रहेंगे. Whenever Cartesian form, then immediately in your mind this is the form. Whenever vector form, immediately in your mind this is the vector form. Okay. So, hope that you understand the class, and try to go to the video. Is a small video, and all the content should be understand very nicely. Next class I will solve I will find the equation of a line passing through 2 points and try to solve few questions. Okay. Thank you. All the best.